Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dr. Howie here. I want to introduce everybody. Kelsey, say hi to everybody.
Hey, how y'all doing?
And Kelsey, do you want to share with the audience here a little bit what's been going on with you? I know you just recently came back to the U.S. What were you doing before that?
Yeah, so I was actually living abroad in South Korea for the last 2 years and just kind of traveling throughout Southeast Asia, so the Philippines, Thailand, Japan.
Wow, so Kelsey would actually be our furthest traveled practice member for an adjustment. So, all right, well, you want to tell us a little bit about what, throughout your travels and everything in Asia and coming back here, I'm assuming you're very jet lagged a little bit?
Yeah, I would say the last 2 weeks, I'm still not quite on it. Like today, I think I woke up between midnight and 3 a.m.
Midnight and 3. So how's the body feeling? What are you dealing with right now? Want to tell us a little bit?
Definitely that upper back. I feel like it's just a consistent thing in between like my spine and my shoulder blades. Between flights, bad sleep, and just gym, I work out 5 to 7 times a week.
So you just have that really annoying spot between that shoulder blade that we just can't get out.
And it just drives me crazy a little bit. And like, certain exercises and things that I do just always like seem to like aggravate it, and I'm always like cautious and wary of like, hey, what am I doing? Like, I don't want to be in pain the rest of my day,
And do you feel like because there's such like compression and tightness in that mid-back shoulder area that your breath is kind of limited?
Definitely. And I just like range of motion in general too. Range of motion of my lungs, but also like my spine, my neck, like just full mobility across the board. And like sleeping funky definitely probably ruins that. And weird upward flights trying to get a good sleep.
All right. And how long are you back here in America for?
I actually only have 5 more weeks and then I'm off again.
All right, 5 more weeks to kind of reset, get the body right before we take off for the next piece. Where are we going next after this?
I am going to Europe, so I'm actually going to Austria, Germany, and fingers crossed, hopefully Italy.
Cool.
Like, hopefully Italy.
I mean, we love taking care of folks who, they're not necessarily like full-time residents here in the Bay Area, but they're gonna stop by. This is where you're from. You're visiting family. You're seeing everyone again. You're getting reconnected back to self, and in that reconnection, noticing, man, the body's just so compressed and tight. And we want to just help Kelsey take this opportunity the next 5 to 6 weeks, help her get her body in tune, reconnected, so she can go off to the next thing without any physical stress and whatnot. So, ready to get adjusted?
Hell yeah.
Let's go. All right.
Am I allowed to say bad words?
No, you can. All right. We're always starting here. We always love having our practice member go face down, unless they just had a big lunch, then we'll have them face up here. All right, just scanning the system here. Let's take a look at leg length. If you just take a look at our classic leg length test, we do see that the left leg is short. If we bring the knees up, don't help me here at all. Bringing that forward, we see less of a movement there on that left side. So I'm gonna feel more called to the left pelvis. If you're looking here from the pelvis to the low back, it does sort of sink down, and that can see how there's a kyphotic curve here on that mid back, kind of where Kelsey's feeling that issue, the tightness and knots here. And so before we do anything, Kelsey, what I'm gonna do is just kind of hold the front of your pelvis. I want to pull it up like that, and I want you to breathe right here into your low back, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Yep, let it go. Do that 2 more times. 1 more time. Good. And does that kind of calm the system down a little bit there, Kelsey? A little bit, great. So that allowed Kelsey to just open up and decompress as we're doing that. I feel more called to the mid back here first. Let's get that adjusted for Kelsey. Take a look at the shoulders. I mean, I don't think Kelsey's spoiling herself with first class tickets. Like many millennials who are traveling, we are probably trying to save some money in the travels, right, Kelsey? So, budget-friendly economy seats, they're not necessarily made for good lumbar support, and what happens? Or anything, right? Or anyone above 5'10". And I do feel a lot of tension here in the shoulder. So before we do anything, right, Kelsey, all I'm gonna do is just grab these shoulders, pulling that back for you so the fascia kind of relaxes. And all you gotta do is just breathe here for me. Good, just feel that shoulder, right? The shoulder blade likes to go forward. We're just pulling all that back. Just getting the body used to going into these old ranges that you haven't gone to in a while. From there, let's take a look at the neck. There. So, I got you, Kelsey. I do feel kind of like, a lot of people talk about here's a shoulder blade, there's a spine. So right in between, there's always like kind of this weird knot feel that everyone have, tension, discomfort. And so for this adjustment, I'm gonna take the neck over this way. We're gonna adjust the spine here, as well as the ribs that correspond with that, okay? Good. That's a lot looser. We're gonna do the same thing on that left side. I got you, Kels. Nicely done. Take a big breath in for me. Good, letting that go.
Yeah, that felt amazing. Oh my God.
Kelsey was a former high-level D1 swimmer. Be proud, yeah. Former swimmer here. And throughout your swimming career, did you have a course of like shoulder tightness, shoulder issues throughout?
A little bit, but it was mostly just like upper back, just that constant rotation with the breathing, because I was a freestyler. So I just always felt like one shoulder was a little bit tighter than the other one because that was the shoulder I breathed on, and then that neck rotation. Those were like the two biggest things because it was just,
Yeah, so there's a favoring of one side, and so
I wasn't balancing it.
Absolutely. So that is something I actually did notice on Kelsey. So that's why I want to kind of check in a little bit because, yeah, even though our swimming careers may have ended a decade ago, even though our swimming careers may have ended a decade ago, we may still be holding on to some of those tension patterns because it's been so long and so many years. And even on top of that, some of us as swimmers are still having some PTSD with some of the stuff that we've done. So yeah, we're gonna have some of those patterns there, okay? But coming back to Kelsey, I did notice there being kind of like a rotational restriction. And so if you just relax here, Kelsey, and I just take your shoulders and I push them down, down, down. We can see how this left side is still a lot higher than the right. Okay, and so what I want to do here is I'm actually going to start adjustments here on that left shoulder. Awesome. Just relax your arm. Yep. My other hand's going to go right in that shoulder blade area where you can kind of feel that knot, right? My other hand's going to go right through the armpit. Just go ahead and relax that arm for me, Kelsey. There you go. Felt that in the back there, right?
Yes, I did.
Good job, good job. Give me a big hug here now. Great. So from that rotation I noticed with Kelsey, on that adjustment, what we want to do is take the front, the collarbone down with the scapula. But on this side, what we want to do is just adjust the rib on that side. So give this a nice tight hug for me. We'll roll it over. Let's go right into that uncomfortable knot area right there. Keep a nice tight hug for me, Kelsey. Good. We'll roll and drop.
Oof.
Right wow. On the spot there. There you go.
Wow.
Okay. Take them a few minutes to breathe. Feel how much more breath you can get now. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Oh my goodness.
Travel halfway across the world to really better.
Yeah. It almost like feels fresher, just like
fresher.
Yeah, like lighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. That's fantastic. That's so good.
All right. Because Kelsey's only here for 5 to 6 more weeks before she's off on the travels, and obviously when she's off on the travels, we can still check in, give her exercises and whatnot to do. But one of the biggest things, and I typically will not do this, but because Kelsey, I've worked with Kelsey before, I am gonna go a little bit deeper on the adjustments for the mid-back. All right, I just want to give her a little bit more input for the nervous system to kind of reorganize on a deeper level. From just adjusting the ribs and whatnot, you can see Kelsey had a big major improvement in not just the breath, but posture. And even just from there, like, you can see her smiling, giggling, like energy levels has already shifted. And so I just want to give like an extra, like, oomph, kind of a cherry on top for that mid back. And let's see what we can do here. Good, stay right there. You're gonna give this a hug. I'm gonna give you a hug though. Let me see if I can get. Perfect, so I want you to just slouch slightly here, perfect. Kelsey, I'm gonna hug you like this, and then I'm gonna take you down to the table. You're gonna feel a yoga block where my hand is, and then you're gonna lay all the way back. Okay, so we're gonna come all the way back. I got you here. 3, 2, 1. Reset. Good. Here, yep, drop the head back. 3, 2, 1, up. We'll go low back here. Nice job, 3, 2, 1, up. I got you, Kelsey.
Wow. Places you didn't know you needed it.
Right, now just take that moment, right? We adjusted deeper levels now. Take that breath in. Much better. We can even see how the body is moving on that breath. One of the things you notice, places in your body that I didn't even know needed it. Absolutely. We're just helping Kelsey be more connected to self. You know, a lot of times when we're traveling, we're enjoying the world and everything, but when we finally come home, we're just kind of recentering ourselves and reconnecting to ourselves and our purpose. And we want to be able to help Kelsey adapt to that. Awesome. Let's check the feet. You know, where Kelsey was in Korea, I'm sure she's not driving a lot. And especially her going off to Europe and everything, we do want to make sure that her feet are doing great because there are a lot of walking in the countries that she is going to. So let's just take a look. All right. On this foot here, you can see there is limited dorsiflexion compared to the two, right? This left can come up a lot higher than the right here. So relax the left for me. If we just kind of come in and just feed, I do feel that talus doesn't like to roll as well. On top of that, the last bone here that goes to the heel, that's the calcaneus. That calcaneus doesn't want to move down either. So my left hand's going to grab the calcaneus and we're going to scoop that back while we take the talus together. So there's two joints moving on this adjustment here. So we'll just take the there's calcaneus, there's talus. One more time, Kelsey. There you go. So this foot actually has good dorsiflexion and plantar flexion, but I'm just noticing like it doesn't like to evert that great. The navicular, which is the bone that kind of sticks in the medial foot here, does feel a little stuck. So we'll bend the knee there for me. Yep, go like that. We'll go here and relax. Boom. Okie dokie. Okay, Kelsey, you're gonna roll on your side this way. All right, our last adjustment here, we're gonna just open up the back space here for Kelsey. I got you. Oop, that already went. One more time. I'm gonna just do a bigger roll towards me. I got you. Not gonna drop you. I got you. And go. There you go. We're just checking the last piece here. Feeling the neck. That feels great. Good. Just a little stuck here on the left side. We'll just finish this out for you. Nicely done. And all right, everyone. That was our adjustment flow with Kelsey here. Kelsey, how are you feeling? Tell the world.
Like a new breath of life just
wow.
into my body. Oh my God, I haven't felt that good in a long time. I don't know. I just feel like calmer. Like my body just kind of like loosen, like, you know when you like sit in jacuzzi for a long time, like the muscles just like relax. I don't feel like a little bit of tingly and it just like,
digest
yeah,
mode,
yeah, it feels great.
We're away from the fight or flight, we're rest and digest. Yeah.
And you just like can like feel it just like going through like my peripherals and it feels nice. Yeah.
Awesome. Well worth the trip around the world to come here.
Absolutely. Yes.
Guys, we help millennials like Kelsey who travel the world all the time. We help tech workers. We help everybody here. And so, yeah, whether you have something that like that spot in your shoulder that's giving you a hard time, or you just feel like there's just lack of breath, you don't feel connected, these adjustments are so powerful that it can take you to the levels that you've been looking for and help you reach your fullest potential. So happy for you to come in, Kelsey. So stoked for you. You know, our office is always here for you.
Thanks, Howie. I'm so glad I could go.
Thank you so much.